If you're trading the indices, it's important to understand that the US indices are going to move the most during the New York session, and the highest probability setup are going to be formed in the New York session. Now, that doesn't mean that you will not be able to identify setups during the London session or during what we refer to as the overnight session, which is basically the Asia session. It's referred to as the overnight session because Asia in the US is in the nighttime, starts at 7 p.m. and goes to 11 p.m. Okay. Now, the best times are going to be at the new hour. And I typically like to leave the first hour. And so that means you want to come to the screen at 9 p.m. or 30 minutes within that hour, like 9:30 p.m. or 10 p.m. Okay. Now, I don't trade the US indices during Asia, but I did do a lot of gold trading in the past during Asia. So you can have a look at my videos on my YouTube channel where I have traded gold during the Asia session, and you'll see it in the title. Okay. Because that will give you some ideas on the best times, because the timings will not be different. They'll be the same. But what you do want to see, and this is very important, if you are looking for a long setup, okay, if we are bullish, then we want to see an initial dump in the early part of the session. So here you can see 7 p.m., 7:30 p.m., 8 p.m. And you can see during that time, we're having a dump into a discount PDRA in the form of a bullish fair value gap that the market's coming down into. Then we want to see at 9 p.m. or 9:30 or 10 p.m. some kind of a setup to go long, and I'll just be targeting the highs on the left. Notice that those highs on the left are pretty clean, equal highs. Okay, so when you do take a setup at the right time in Asia, you'd want to just be seeking those relative equal highs as your target. Okay, the setups are the same regardless of session. So that you can go and look at the market structure shift module, the setups module, because the signatures are going to be the same, the PD arrays module. Okay, but the timing is going to be different because it's a different session. Okay, so I would not take anything prior to 9 p.m. if I'm going to be trading Asia, any market. Okay, and I would prefer it to be 30 minutes within that new hour. New hour means that next hour. So we're not going to be trading at 7 p.m. We're not going to be trading at 8 p.m. Therefore, the next hour is 9 p.m. And you should see a setup form in that first 15 minutes of 9 p.m. Okay, you can see we've taken liquidity. You always want to make sure we do take liquidity and coming to some kind of a signature. If we are looking for a long, then we want to see that we come into a bullish order block or a bullish fair value gap. Why would we be looking for a long? Because we're dumping down. You always want to be looking for the dump, which is that initial manipulation, which is what that first part of the session should be doing, that first hour. Remember, I'm saying here it's 7 p.m., it's 8 p.m. That's that first hour, the first part of the session. Okay. Then the real time, which is in that second hour, 9 p.m. or 9:30, we should see signs of a reversal. Okay. That market structure shift should be in here. Okay. The change in state of delivery should be in here at this time, 9 p.m., 9:30, or maximum 10 p.m. If you don't see setups from that 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. in the Asia session, I would not take any trade. Okay. Practice on your paper demo account to master. Right, because you want to get a feel for when the market moves during these sessions. It will move differently than it moves in the New York session or the London session because the volume will be low. Volatility will be low. Okay, so that's how I would attack trading a US indice during the Asia session. Hope the video helps. I will now talk with you in a future video.